Alright, so here we are, Sunday, after our
Post-draft.
I didn't even want to talk about the rain out, but the rain out. And
sunniest rain out in history.
said I didn't want to talk about it. Anyway, rain out. Sunday, after our
Come on, Ricky.
and what else?
I'll do that to you before you yell that.
Yeah, I need to mute something here.
Okay, so. Blah, blah, blah.
Scooted here, would not recommend going down a short drive.
You
on
scoot
scooter.
here?
Yeah, because there's all the scooters in front of my house now. And I can like scoot down
Game
to the
changer.
beach and scoot down here.
Game changer.
But short drive
Anyways.
would not recommend.
Anyway, so
Post-draft recap.
yes, we're gonna do a draft recap. And we have one of the draft captains here.
Christine's
I
here.
guess all the others didn't want to come on and
Well, I
hear us
came
make
here for
fun of them.
tacos.
So
Christine's here because she's going to sit here and talk about how our team's so awesome and we get destroyed by Danger Zone tomorrow, so it's fine.
all right, so
No, there's something else.
where do you want to start?
Tom, you want to be quiet?
Preseason ranks for teams.
Preseason ranks.
Well, that's a quick. Well, actually, hold on. Before we go there, let me throw up a little graphic thing here. All right, so here we go. Here are our teams and their colors. Two corporate teams. Well, one's corporate sponsor, but a bunch of new people. So
Yeah.
KPMG is back in
So-
blue again.
For those of you who don't remember who KPMG is, they're the Royal Blue team from last year's draft season. Really a great bunch of people, bunch of partiers, a bunch of athletes. Their girls are nasty. They can.
Soccer players.
I'm not even going to tell you. They're all soccer players. They're all good soccer players. They're really fun to hang out
Nah,
with.
I think they burnt almost every single team the
they
first time
burned-
they played.
I saw some girls on
They've-
there. They can catch
They've done some
everything.
amazing things as far as girls and line drives are concerned. Let's put it that way.
And I think the new rules really help them out too, because they didn't really get the whole bunting game triangle thing down.
No,
I mean, they
they're going to be.
picked it up a little bit.
I would
but-
say they're probably. They should be in the preseason rankings, to tell you the truth.
but they do have some new people, so they got to get those new
We
people
all
up
have
to
new people.
speed.
We
So,
all have new people.
and the other one, new kicks on the block. Not the new kicks on the block from spring.
Yeah,
Right.
No.
One of the most common kickball team names ever, by the way. I'll just
They
throw
are
that
a whole
out
lot of
there.
fun. I know about that. I don't know much about them.
They are fun.
last Monday, even though that rain out happened.
We'll see what they end up. They have a lot of softball players, so the rules aren't going to throw them for a loop.
No, this
So
is
there
pretty
is
good.
that. So we'll see. I expect there to be somewhat of a learning curve, just like any new team.
But I mean, as any other league, there's plenty of people around to help out. Any questions, just ask. I know there's a lot of new people watching tonight, so draft league's all about just playing. So
And now for our draft teams, we have Your Mom's Scoregasms, captained by Ella and Devin in lime or obnoxious green.
yeah, you're welcome.
Then we've got Kicko Mode, captained by Davin and Victoria. Late entry for the captains there. They'll be wearing maroon. Not my first choice for summer, but
Interesting late entry, which I'll get into in a minute. But
then we have Bunt Cheeks, who was the first team signed up, or first set of captains for the
good old
draft.
towel.
Towels out.
Wearing purple again. Not my color choice for summer. It's a little dark for me, but.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Then Danger Zone, who was originally lime, and then swapped it over to white.
Well, we have custom jerseys. We had to make it flow. You know what I mean?
This is like the third time I've told you to pick your shirt color, whatever jersey custom you're
I
gonna
didn't get the
make.
jersey design until after that.
Then we have Nene's kids wearing coral.
Let's just call it SKK Light.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that strong.
Like half of
So.
our teammates are on that team.
And then Kicking
SKK Light.
Kangaroos in orange, which is a color we haven't seen for a while, but Kicks Up for Kids ran orange for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Anthony and I like this.
It's a good color. It's really a good color.
Well, and personally, part of it's commissioner based, but
Well-
like I love distinctive colors on teams. I hate when there's like the ice gray, the charcoal,
Yeah.
and then you have light blue, navy blue, and the royal blue. It's
Yeah, you
like
gotta put them all together. You gotta-
no one's using red. I mean, and so we've got a reddish color. We've
You're
got
just trying to fill out your little survey question about how many people have more than 7 colored shirts. That's what you're trying to do. I got you.
I've got almost all of them.
I'm getting there too.
I do have an olive shirt. I have an olive shirt.
I'm sitting out. All right, draft.
All right, so want to go look at the teams first or draft board?
The draft board up there.
All right, let's look at the draft board then.
So the final draft board, including the supplementals in the
All right,
end.
so here is the draft board on your screen. So part of what drove some of these picks, there were a lot of decent players that were in paired couples. Of
Tyler and
note,
Ashley.
Amanda and John, obviously.
Amanda, John,
Tyler
Tyler,
and
Ashley.
Ashley.
Davin and Victoria.
Well, they were captains. They were kind of already
Right,
out.
we didn't know they were captains originally.
Until the end.
Johnny and Tara, even though Tara had literally never played before. Johnny, valuable draft pick.
Yeah. Well, so I'll get into that in a minute too.
You guys know Johnny played rugby.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
It's interesting looking at the couples because if you look at Danger Zone, we didn't pick a single couple, not a single one.
Are you sure?
That's true.
Really?
Really? I pointed over here too.
Wait, what?
Shh, don't say it.
We didn't pick any couples.
I'm just gonna make him
Don't
nervous for now.
listen to this one.
No, that is true.
So,
That is
but-
Yeah,
true.
it's very
So-
true.
All right,
I just want to like show them the list.
Well, so I will. This is my take on couples. It's always interesting in the draft, and part of the reason why I'm pretty open to it is because it adds another twist.
Sure, but then experienced captains will use that to their advantage and force other teams to pick couples they want earlier than they need to.
Well, I mean,
Not that I did that.
That is a valid point because
I
so
love you.
you can. There's two ways to look at it. One, like, hey, if I draft this person in this round, I will get the other person then guaranteed, and that's a steal to be guaranteed to get them. But the other hand,
Maybe.
maybe you value one person in the couple like a lot.
Now,
And if you don't want to lose that person and you take them, maybe you aren't prepared to take the other person in the next round.
look at the draft order. So if you have one or a 6 spot, you get 2 picks at a time after the first round. Well, okay, 6 gets 2 picks at the first time. I get 2 picks anyway.
Well, if you're on the bookend, technically, instead of just getting the 2, you can almost snag 3 if you go for a couple there.
Or you can force people in the middle to burn 2 of their picks and still go for the people you want.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll tell you right now. So when at the last minute after the pre-draft party, when John and Amanda were like, "Oh, we're signing up as a couple last minute," I'm like, "Yeah, do it. You're beautiful." And it played into our draft strategy very well. But you also take the risk of you gotta balance the couple. A lot of these couples are pretty balanced, but I know Amanda Leroy is relishing the fact that she was #1 draft pick overall. But
That's true.
But we love
she's a great player. Don't
Amanda.
get me wrong. She's probably gonna smack him.
But yeah, I will say this for your mom's orgasms though. Being the 1 pick and the 12 pick, that wasn't a bad pick, in my opinion. That's a pretty solid pick.
Well, no, and they went couple. Granted, 2 of them captains, but
That's true.
Yeah, I thought that was.
they went Amanda, John and Tara, Devin and Ella. Yeah, they went 3 couples right off the bat.
Yeah. I
So-
took one couple too.
You just built your
I
infield
took
right
one
there.
too.
All right, so I will say this. Let's throw out bunt cheeks for most of our discussion because bunt
Yeah.
cheeks did a lot of friends, coworkers picks.
Yep.
So they weren't necessarily a competitive priority draft.
No,
team.
and Tal came out and said that.
Yeah.
He's like, he's gonna pick up a couple people, but
They
he's
chose
mostly trying to make
Ryan.
his
They chose-
coworkers
Talbot
every
had
time.
to choose Ryan because Ryan's the son.
Yeah, we just steal Ryan from him, dude.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
true.
steal Ryan.
Well, so no, but Talb said that. And Talb's he said he has a work. It's mostly a work team, but he wants to make sure they have a good time,
Right.
which is respectable too, absolutely. And I have no reason. Talb can pull some stuff out of this.
Well, and that's the other thing too. We can talk about like which team we think drafted the strongest. But I mean, there's a lot of things to consider too. Like, 1, how well is your team going to work together? 2, how does the captain pull the team together? And I can look at it in raw talent base and say, oh, this team definitely won the draft, and this was the number 2 or 3 team. But I may not be taking into account maybe something a captain knows about a particular player.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I'd say for most people in here that isn't the case, but there might be a couple people that we don't know about. You never know.
I think that in like after round 9 or 10, that really comes into play.
So, all right, so let's look at the first round here. Any of these picks surprise you for the first round?
Not really. Well, and this comes back to what I was saying about SKK winning last season. Ashley and Tyler are a power couple now just because of that.
They won like.
I mean, Janae played it very smart by picking them, and she might have been pushed by somebody. I knew she was going after him anyway, but by picking them first, because now she's got a solid charger, solid outfielder, solid third base. And she's going to lose the third round pick to Will, so you've got half a triangle right there.
Then she got Pinto.
And then you got Pinto. Pinto's a
good.
decent catcher, and he can play outfield as well. And then you got Emily, got another good girl. You lose to Janae. She picked up, so she snagged Sarah Lewis from us. We were looking at Sarah Lewis. She was on our list. And then Sarah Lauren. And then she threw Freed in there as a little mastermind at the end. I like that.
So let's start going through the rounds here. First picks is in a round that you think should have gone higher than where they did.
Kyle Lewis. He went in round 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Kyle Lewis.
Let's see.
I mean, but a lot of people don't know Kyle. A lot of
That is true.
Kyle's an old school kickballer that's been around forever. Yeah, dude, you're old. Get over it. I saw him on the list. I'm like, is this a typo? Dude, done.
Well, no, honestly, when
And
I
he's
was
just a
calling
cool
out the
guy.
draft names, I kept expecting the next ticket I was going to get was going to have his name on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's going to be gone by like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah.
And then 6th round, and then 7th round.
I saw his name there, and I'm like, really? I thought it was me not paying attention, not crossing his name off, but no, he wasn't there. Took him. Other names, there was another one I was looking at.
I'll throw this one out there. Mary in round 6. She could have very well gone higher than that.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Mary is a good girl, a very good, well-rounded circuit player. Well, but I don't think a whole lot of people know who she is.
That also true.
See,
We knew
the
we were
biggest
gonna
advantage
pick
that
her.
Danger, and I'm not fluffing. I am. I'm not. But so the thing about, if you look at the captain's list, the biggest thing about that made me and Dewey in my opinion, the more experienced captains is that we played several different leagues, circuit, the whole 9 yards. We know who people are, or we know somebody who knows who people are. People drop names and we're like, oh yeah, she plays X, Y, and Z Mondays. I have somebody I can ask about her. Blah blah blah. That came in crucial in Peninsula League too. I'll get into that later. But
Were you going to choose her? Was she on your list?
Mary was on our list.
She was on our list, but
Yeah, she was.
Anthony and I were told she wanted to play with Davin. So we were
Well, that
like,
makes sense. They played together in 6.
yeah. So we were like, oh, we don't want to draft anybody.
But I mean, I'll just say this. National champion circuit player, and they didn't go until the 6th round.
Nobody knows.
Steal. Let's steal.
Right, the only people that know who she is are people like Amanda Leroy, John Lee, myself and Dewey,
On a side note,
Davin.
guess who got her to sign up?
Who? You?
Yep.
Oh.
Sick. But, I mean, everybody should play draft. Like I said, the more...
She signed up like 2 days before the draft, I think.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, we had in that third round wave. Yeah.
All right, so going down some more here. Okay, I'll throw another girl here that I think should have gone higher. Christina Snyder.
Yes.
Injury concern, potentially, but
So, well, Christina
talent-wise,
is... Well, Christina was also on my list. Very good player. She's played in SKK original. Sitch. She plays circuit. I played with her several teams. But she is coming off an injury, which may or not be SKK related.
There's a lot of
Love you,
players.
Christina.
and then Mark in the 9th round. That was very much a reach. Yes, he's in our audience right now. He's not saying no either.
Mark in the ninth round. I think that was a social read. That was a social pickup right there.
I believe my position is
How much did you pay Ella?
Designated hitter. Okay. Designated karaoke hitter or let's look at the top three for all of these. I mean, the top three. That's a pretty good estimate of a solid core infield most of the time. Mom score guy.
What are you?
Oh, he's peacing out.
Yeah, for now. I
You got a
don't.
place
I'm
to be?
hungry.
Things
I
to do?
wasn't
Oh, you gotta
I
check
don't
your Tinder?
wanna-
Is that what's up?
Oh please.
Or I'm sorry, it's Bumble now, yeah?
I just want to eat in front of the camera.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
Your mom's score
What the
guys.
hell is this?
You got Amanda, John, and Johnny.
That's a true statement.
That's just right there. That's a solid. That's a solid infield. Even though John plays outfield, but
No, I mean top three on
offensively,
all the
that's insane right
teams.
offensively, that's a solid offense. The three of those can do some work very easily.
Although Kicko mode, you've got Tatum and Davin both.
And Jeff is
So, yeah, who's I can't imagine Davin's gonna go catch.
but Jeff's a solid pitcher. Tatum and Davin are both excellent chargers and catchers if they want to be. And offensively, that's solid right there.
No, I mean I think that's probably the biggest difference from the last draft. So last draft, there were some wasted first and second round picks.
Sure.
This year there weren't, not
No,
like there were,
I don't think so.
last year.
Nene's kids, you got Ashley, Tyler, and Will. Tyler's solid charger. Will's solid pitcher. And then Ashley and Tyler play together most of the time, so they already know each other. That's a solid pickup as well. Like I said, these top three for all around. I don't know Bun Cheeks, but again, I know Ryan, but I don't know Sean yet. King Kangaroos, Tom Patrick, solid infield all around. Travis Bryant, also solid infield all around. And Mr. Anthony Genova, up and coming. I'll give him up and coming.
No, he did a good job
Up and coming.
in spring
and
charging
coming.
for new kicks.
Up and coming.
He's also
Up and coming.
he's got incredible range in the outfield too.
Up and coming.
Agreed.
And then, so since Dewey and I we lost our third and fourth round, we knew we had to pick solid 1 and 2. And I mean, not a lot of people know who AJ is. They don't know who Alex Jackson is. He's not really a Southside player. He plays up in the Peninsula. He plays in Hammerheads. He's played on Sitch. He's played on 100 different teams. I can't remember right now. And then of course Troy. I mean, I would hands down put Troy as
I would
one of the
draft
top
him
pitchers in
just
the
so I
league.
didn't have to kick against him.
exactly. I don't want to.
I mean, no joke. No joke.
Love you, Troy. But even then, so that's a risk too. We knew Troy wasn't going to be here the first couple of weeks, so we knew it's something we had to backfill pitcher up until that point, until he returns. But what are you going to do? But AJ's a solid pitcher too, solid charger, pretty much solid all around. I mean, that's a solid. You got your first 3 draft picks. You got to take into account the talent you already have between you and your 2 captains, and what you need to complete at least a decent triangle, if not work on a decent triangle, even with the newer ones.
All right, so let's see here. Further down. All right, I'm gonna say it. I should have gone higher than the 11th round.
You should have, but I took advantage of that too.
Now, granted, I missed the first 2 weeks for injury, but 11th. 11th.
So,
I can't hear it from back here.
11th.
wow, Mark went before you.
I know. Hey, you know what?
don't
You know,
ever-
here's the
I
thing,
don't
though.
ever want to hear this little Sterling got drafted before you nonsense ever again.
You know what my goal is this season, though, right? Every team that passed on me.
Do better than Mark.
Every team that passed on me. I can go out there with my broken toe and do better than that.
Oh! Time will tell. Time will tell.
Hey, if need be to prove it, I'll go out.
I hope so, 'cause I
When do
drafted
we
you.
play? When do they play their team?
Oh, yeah.
We don't play their team. I was gonna say I'll pitch against him with a broken toe.
No, we play them. Yeah, no. We got what? Kick'em mode. No, we got King Kangaroos. Then Kick'em mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's on my team.
Let's talk about
Now, actually, for all those captains that didn't come to open plays, one of the other advantages that Tom got for drafting me, I gave him a couple ringers after I was drafted. For people that
true.
came to open plays that no one
True.
else knew who they were.
That's true.
I went to open play and I picked a great player.
Because I can say right now, Liam legitimately
He was there.
probably should have gone the top 7 or 8 rounds, even though he has never played a full season.
Well, Anthony and
Skill
I
levels there.
Well, Tanya Joyner.
Tanya Joyner.
Yeah, we had her on our list.
Tons
too.
of experience. Hasn't played in a while. But again, during the open play, crushing bunts down the third base line.
Yeah. No, she's played a. She's played. She's got some seasons under her belt, from what I understand.
So, those two.
Let's look at. Let's look past round, like, I don't know, I guess 5. Well, I think pretty much rounds 1 through 5, I think you've built your infield by now. And now you're starting to look at supplementation.
I mean, really, the middle rounds, you're just trying to get the best players you can, and you put them wherever.
I agree and I don't agree. There's more to building a solid draft team than picking the best players.
Well,
You
that's
gotta figure
true,
out
but
chemistry.
in the rounds like 6 to 10, like literally, there are players available who you can put them in an infield position, you put them in an outfield position, they are going to catch the ball.
Yes.
They're going to catch the ball.
Sure, but you really have to start mixing chemistry and playing.
Now, I will say this. I think where some captains failed in this draft, in those middle round picks, picking from that pool of players in that average area who can all catch the ball, I think a lot of them failed not accounting for the kicking game. Because I see a lot of names that went up in higher rounds, and defensively in the field they're all about the same, but some of them are significantly better than others at the kicking game. I think a lot of captains didn't take that into account.
I think that can be worked on. I think that's not.
It's a short season.
It's a short season, but a lot of these people play in other leagues, and a lot of these people, I think, a lot of them have mixed talent. You just got to figure out how to use it. But I think that's where experience as a captain comes in, really.
So speaking of the captains, something that a lot of people didn't see prior to the draft, the captains meeting, the great gnashing of teeth over the forced picks for your captains. So for those that don't know, one of the things that we changed up for this season is draft. The big thing about draft is you're trying to make the teams as even as possible. The problem that you run into, let's say that everyone drafts their team identical. Perfect, skill-wise all the same, everything else identical. One variable still in there, the skill level of the captains. So one of the things that we try to almost like handicap it in a way is have the captains burn a pick on themselves where they would approximately go in the draft.
Yes, and I know I raised my flag about that, but I can't really talk because Peninsula I got higher than that. So, but whatever.
So I mean, because you got the list here, and let me flip up to the team list so people can see that. So the captains are highlighted in red on this one here.
Yeah. So Devin and Ella, they've been around, they know people. So it's not all about just individual skill. It's got you got to take into account you got to take into account your social capability within the league and who you know and who you're capable of working with. You know, it's like, I mean, they've been around. They know a lot. Ella is a social coordinator, especially. She knows pretty much everybody at some point in time.
So I will say is how these fell out. It was my overall strategy was to kind of tier the captains.
Yeah.
So like a couple different tiers to place them into, and you'd all burn your picks in that round. And I think for the most part it worked. I mean, I think all of these were pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I would agree. I think.
If any were unreasonable,
I mean, you put Christine at 6, though. I mean, that's pretty high, I just think.
yeah, really, really high. Like should have been like 5 rounds lower than that. She's not paying attention right now.
I know, that's great. She has no clue.
But no, I would say, I mean, if I had to look at this now and go back, I would have to say that probably Kicko Mode got a little bit of a steal with Victoria, and Danger Zone got a little bit of a steal with Dewey.
That was intended, though. Like I said, if you look at.
But again, I mean, it's still not perfect, but it's better than not having anything at all.
I agree. But I would definitely say that picking, like, so. Actually, I'm kind of torn 3 ways when I'm looking at this. I mean, Dabney and Victoria, they're excellent players, both of them, obviously, but
I can survive.
also on the knowledge factor I was talking earlier, Dabney and Victoria also play circuit. They know people, they know other teams, they're going to know those names on the draft that maybe the people who just play locally aren't going to know. And the same with me and Dewey.
All right. Well, we'll take some input from our audience here when you get to this next section.
Oh, Jesus.
This ought to be pretty good.
Oh, Jesus.
So ranking the teams based strictly on their draft picks from the draft. And obviously, again, I said it before, skill level isn't necessarily everything because a lot of it's the captains put people in the right position, get the team coming together, making the right lineups. That is a huge factor, should not be underestimated.
Absolutely.
However, one should be able to look at the talent level on the roster and say, everything else aside, based on the pure talent, these are where the teams fall.
I absolutely agree. Now, what is this?
So I'll start it off here. I'm not afraid.
Go for it.
So here are my preseason ranks. Not even seeing a game played yet, just based on the draft picks and the people I know. I've got Danger Zone at number 1. Please. Kicking Kangaroos at number 2.
That's right, number 2, Anthony. Number 2.
Kicko Mode at number 3. And that was the toughest for me, the 3 and the 4. But number 4, I've got Nene's Kids. And Will, I know you're listening right now, and I put you at number 4 because some of your mid-round picks were weak. I'm just saying.
We love you, Will.
It's mainly because he didn't draft me, but anyway. Number 5, your mom's Scoregasms. And number 6, Bunt Cheeks.
You have to really like it.
So those are my 1 through 6.
I mean, unbiasedly, I really have to say that I think Dewey and I picked a solid team, and I would agree with that number 1. Now, between Kicko Mode and Kicking Kangaroos, there's a lot of names on here. I think the number 1 through 3 is really going to be. It's going to be a very fun. It's going to be a very fun competition. But there is a special place in my heart for Nene's Kids because, like I said, that's SKK Light, and I'm seeing some supplemental names on there that really, I think they could be sneaky. They could be sneaky and pull something out. They got Brian Freed there too.
All right.
Freed's a mastermind.
1 through 6. Spell them out. Quit waffling.
Danger Zone. I think we housed that draft.
Who are you going with 2?
I'm putting Kicko Mode at 2.
Kicko Mode at 2. Okay.
Kicko Mode, then Kicking Kangaroos.
Still at top 4.
Going with Nene's at 4 too?
Nene's at 4. Then your mom's Scoregasms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And then Bunt Cheeks.
you're just in a shitty mood. It really just affects you.
But I'm really. It's tough for number 4 because I see a lot of names I haven't seen play against a lot of names I have seen play. So that's really why I'm putting 88's kids above your mom's scoregasms. I mean, I just played an entire season with half these people. So, yeah, I go with that.
Okay. So I actually, so far our only difference is kicking kangaroos and kicko mode. Those were the two differences we had.
So kicking kangaroos and kicko mode. 1 for 1 here. And this is tough. This is very tough. But this is where.
Well, here's the reason I put kicko mode at 3, or at 3, were their guys, because I almost had them at 2. Because kicko mode has very strong girls on their team, extremely strong. Like Victoria, Mary, and Christina is their top 3 girls. That is no joke. That is no joke.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the top 3.
And I will go so far as to say that kicko mode, in my opinion, has the strongest girls overall on their team. I think they've got the strongest girl component for the draft teams.
That experience-wise and playing capability-wise, I would agree with you. But that's the reason I put kicko mode above.
I mean, the top 3 girls are circuit players.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, the kicko mode's got Adam Tatum and Davin. So, individually on different teams, those are 2 forces to be reckoned with. I mean, Adam's a tiny little, speedy little dude.
Well, part of the reason I dropped kicko mode to 3, Adam and Davin typically play the same position, at least on Monday nights.
Yeah, but they're both good enough to sort of swap around.
That's true. They can play any position, but
no, I can't get down with that. The thing about Jeff as a pitcher.
That is true. Jeff is a good pitcher.
I mean,
so no one watching the stream is willing to go out on a limb and rank the teams. No one.
Seriously.
Everyone's scared.
Everyone's either or they left by now.
Nope, no one. Not a single comment.
So, look at kicking kangaroos. We got Tom Travis, Anthony, Brian, and Corey as our top 5. That's a solid top 5. The way I see that playing out.
Well, that's the thing. The
really
top 5, like those players can play any position.
They've got Bree.
Actually, I'll throw this out there. Brianna went a little low too, compared to some of the other girls that were drafted.
Yeah, she's definitely underrated. But I see Bree as their first girl. With
No,
Bree,
it's
Dana,
interesting because
Steph.
I would say one primary failure just in general in this draft, teams didn't value some of the really good girl players enough. Especially in the current format where your only bunters are going to primarily be girls.
I think that kind of slipped under the radar too about girl bunting is the only bunting, really. That's why that's really why I put. I mean, the top 5 on these are both solid, but I really think Kick 'Em Mode has better girls. That's what it comes down to, and that's not an insult. That's not an insult. There's a lot of good names on here. That's not an insult. I just think, most of these girls are all on my draft list. Just saying.
All right. So we do obviously have some games coming up on Monday. The weather is good. It's been hot as shit all weekend.
Yeah, the fields are dry, people. The fields are dry.
More like a rock hard at this point.
Yeah.
So upcoming games, look at the schedule here. Same thing as what we had scheduled for week 1. So KPMG versus New Kicks on the Block, our two corporate teams facing off. Bunt Cheeks versus Your Mom's Scoregabs is my preseason 5 and 6. Kicko Mode, Nene's Kids, my preseason 3 and 4. And then Danger Zone and Kicking Kangaroos, my preseason 1 and 2. So I think week 1, we'll get a pretty good idea of where those preseason ranks are that accurate or not. Obviously, we'll determine where they end up at the end of the season because teams will make good captains will make adjustments. But
well, the big thing about draft is that, especially in the format we have 6 teams. So we have 6 teams and 90-something players, over 100 players. It comes down to about 18 people a team. Right? About 18, 17 people a team?
Now, there's like 140 total people with a corporate team signed up.
Well, yeah, but I mean the draftable. So, but either way, you have about 18, 17 people per team, which for normal league play is a lot. So your captains are really going to have some versatility and some versatility where they can swap people out, they can kind of play with stuff, but at the same time, they got to figure out where all these new people fit in. And
Right.
So.
This one, right? Where's the grow your list?
So then.
Drugs and sex, either way. That's not a men's fucking restroom.
Sorry,
If you're trying to love, I got 2 fucking stalls for women. Pay your tab and you can leave.
So, anywho.
Use the fucking right restroom, motherfuckers.
Sorry,
That just happened.
little barroom drama going on. No big deal.
All right. So also important in Bucketheads,
Yeah.
we have some slightly tweaked specials.
Yes.
So all of our drink specials are $5 pitcher, go to every single time.
$5, Bud Light.
For 9 o'clock, 250 domestic bottles, $3.50 after 9, $3 well drinks, $3 Waka Bombs, like a shit ton of other stuff too. I don't even know all of them. Burgers always half off. New special, tacos. The Sunday $1 beef, $2 chicken taco special is now also on Monday for us.
So Monday is now Taco Monday. For us. Just for us, guys.
I'm excited about that, and I know some other people are too, because it's one thing over the past year that I've been asked, like, can we get something besides burgers?
Yeah. It is, and for us that we come here a long time, burgers are great. Don't get me wrong.
But when you have one every Monday
it
night,
just gets a little
especially when you play year round. Yeah.
exactly.
No, I've come in here before and just ordered wings. I'm like, you know what? I'm not having a burger.
Hey, that
I'm
last
gonna
week,
have
I'm like,
something
good.
So we've obviously got that going on.
Did you put it in your wallet?
Registration for fall already open, early bird special. Forget when it expires, but it doesn't last forever. So everyone who complains about, hey, how come it's $65? Sign up now. It's like $55.
Yeah.
So
And you don't have to commit to a team just yet. You just
yeah, you can sign up as a free agent.
We'll put
Once you get the team thing figured out, or your team finally signs up, shoot me a message. I'll make it happen. Not a big deal. I do it all the time. Let's see what else. Ooh, also, not kickball related.
Not wrong.
We have softball fall out of Bayville on Sundays.
Yeah.
So that's new. We've been running a league in
So we're
Norfolk.
paying rent at Buckethead is what we're trying to say.
Pretty much. And same exact specials that we've got on Monday night are going to be for Sunday for that softball league. A lot of you know Amy Hoffman. She's going to be running the softball league out here on Sundays. She's officially a Club Walk employee. I heard that someone back here at Sports wasn't happy about that. But anyway,
No comment.
but no, Amy's a good pickup for us. She's really plugged into the softball community. And Poplar Hall Park was just
It's a weird spot.
we picked up that location when we took over from Tidewater.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
And it's not the nicest park. I won't go into details, but pizza
weird.
places will not deliver there.
It's a little weird.
That is a true statement. Pizza places will not deliver.
It's always been like that. That's never changed. Even like other leagues have played there. Waka's played there. Clora's played there. Everybody's played there.
They have 2 fields there. The larger field's all right for a softball or baseball field, but
Really buggy.
yeah, it is that. The small field is horrible. All the water drains to the small field. Have to deal with rainouts.
Yeah.
This Sunday, I was out there filling in for Troy, who's running the league right now, and legit, uniform with badge and everything, local Parks and Rec officer comes up and was asking people that were like parked on the grass area, like basically telling people you can't park on the grass area or dirt area, you have to park in the parking lot or along the road.
Space.
Well, that's the problem. There's not enough space, but apparently it's an issue now because they installed all that disc golf stuff. So that's now an issue. And parking was already an issue. And now it's even more of an issue if they're going to start enforcing that. So, yeah, we obviously looked to make the move at the right time for even more reasons that we didn't know at the time. And then there's no bars or anything close by there. You've
You're on
got
Military Highway there. You're in a weird spot, Military Highway.
I don't know the exact mileage, but I want to say it's about a 4-mile stretch to hit anything from Poplar Hall Park,
You're not
like any
wrong.
bars or anything.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, to touch on that real quick, bringing another league to Bucketheads here.
I'm a picky ass.
I've been doing this a long time, and this is taking. We've had a conversation about this in the Peninsula too, and I don't work for Waka, but I'm just here and I just do stuff. But as far as a sponsor bar, even the Peninsula is like they can't really beat Buckethead. Like we actually have a really sick sponsor bar on Wednesdays now, but they still can't touch the stuff that Buckethead does for us on Mondays. So
Sucks for dating in general.
the more we work with the bar itself, the better deals we'll get. Participation, attendance.
Well, I mean, it's synergy too. So like, it's important that we get people coming out after the game to make it worthwhile for our sponsor. And when it's worthwhile for our sponsor, they do things for us like $5 pitchers and extending our food specials and karaoke for us.
In case in point, we were sitting at another one of our sponsor bars the other day talking about this, and I think you paid what, $4.50 for a pint of Bud Light?
Yeah, we joke like 50 cents more, be getting a picture of Buckethead.
That's what I said, and I'm not wrong.
Everything is so cool. Everything is just
But I mean, that all comes down to venue, overhead, deals, stuff like that. But a lot of us come in here on our off time too.
That's true.
just don't be in a
Especially
Well, like today,
Yeah.
don't want to be in a relationship.
we're doing a podcast.
Exactly. We come here off time. They've got
Saves so much
sick
time.
wings. It's just
Yeah.
it's a spot we call our own for Monday nights. And I think a lot of people are really starting to get down with that, and that, as far as the league is concerned, will just continue to grow.
But no,
In my opinion.
I mean, a second night at Bucketheads. I mean, it's a good situation, and we've got some growth potential too because I haven't advertised this a whole lot because I prefer the league to stick together as much as we can. But we also have the reef available to us too. So if we get to the point where we're over capacity at Bucketheads, which potentially may not be too much longer if we continue to grow, we have another option right down the street. John Murray, owner there.
Yeah, no, I think
It's a good setup.
well, and it breaks things up too.
Yeah.
It's the same, but it's not the same. But we'll get treated the same.
What the fuck?
But it'll be a different.
So like the
it'll be a
specials
different
there, they
environment.
have a wing special on Monday night over there.
I just lost me in there.
But no, but again, it's kind of thing too. Most of the people who play here, I don't know. For me, it would be hard to drive past Bucketheads to go into the reef.
I'm just
Goodbye.
in Austin, Texas, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.
He said to hear such, but Jersey's better.
I wouldn't go to Jersey over here.
I mean, the biggest thing though is it's an option.
New York was trash
Yeah.
too.
But options, as long as we can.
Jersey's trash.
I mean, Monday nights we have our shenanigans. Last Monday was a good example of shenanigans. Bunch of new players, a bunch of new shenanigans. On a rainout day,
Yeah, we had like
For a
40,
Monday night
40 plus
got-
people here on a rain out.
Monday night got pretty fun last night for a rainout night, and whatever. It was a good time. We met some new players. I met some of the new guys. I met Richard Petty. He is not an 81-year-old race car driver, for the record. I don't know. Keep it going. We have a good thing going. Let's keep it going. If it grows, it grows. We have options. It's just, the better relationship we start
And I'll
with, the
say
better we're
this,
going to have in
like,
the future.
Again, I think I already mentioned emails and posts on the Facebook group, but like seriously, I'm thrilled that all these people signed up this season. 8 teams. It's a new high for Monday Night Kickball, and it's For me, it's one of the things I see as success for the league is obviously growing.
Yeah.
And since I took over, 5 teams I took over, and it hasn't grown as fast as I would have liked. It's been slow, steady. But hitting 8 teams was huge. It really was.
Yeah.
That was like a milestone for me when I took over. Like, I would like to get the league to 8 teams, and it's been like 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and finally 8.
That brings me to another point because speaking of growing and everything of that nature, I was talking smack to a certain walk-in employee who might be a regional manager. I'm not sure what he does, but about Monday nights.
Okay.
And this thought crossed my mind the other day. I'm like, what if we took the winning draft team from Mondays and the winning draft team from Wednesdays and we had a showdown?
I know his ass did for him.
So I will throw this out there. Brent and I have talked about things like this before. I did. It's fine. I can say that. We've talked about like all-star type stuff, like taking the league champions from each one, pitting them against each other, doing like an all-star team where like whatever city you reside in is the city's all-star team you'd have to be on. But you pick a captain and
I'm big on the league voting things. So I've been playing a bunch of newer leagues, like the Thursday Phoebus League, and it's not a lot of season players. There's a couple of us, and we're mostly put as like co-captains just to kind of put things together. I like league voted things because that's other people's opinions. It's not how you see yourself. So it's like, I don't know. That's all ideas for everybody watching this to throw in the mailbag or throw at us, and we'll get to the right people.
Use the mailbag. There's nothing new in the mailbag.
No,
I'm so disappointed. I didn't exactly post it or anything. So.
Tom's Pandora box of whatever.
Yeah, what's happened with that?
There wasn't a whole lot of participation, and I'm really kind of sad. I will say, maybe 1 or 2 of those bets actually got followed through on other occasions, but
there were still like 4 or 5 that were submitted officially.
Officially submitted. What I saw in the mailbag, whatever. I don't have an Asian mark tattoo yet. I'm working on it. It's a solid maybe.
Solid maybe.
But no, so yeah, I think the interleague thing is starting to catch on. Draft league though is a good example of that because we've got Peninsula players playing down here. We've got a handful of Southside players playing in Peninsula. We start intermingling. It's a lot of us are the same people. It's like me, Dewey, and I can't off the top of my head. I can't. Well, I mean, like I can tell you who's up there, but
there's a few people that play both. I mean, before I started the draft league down here, I went up there and played in the draft league one season to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Before I started here, it was a good experience. Got to see a lot of players that I've heard people talk about, but haven't actually played against or with.
Yeah.
It was a good experience for me there.
I don't know. Bottom line is get out there and play some kickball.
It's true. Like a little thing there. Oh, it just went off. Of course it did. But no, life happens. Kickball helps.
That's true.
So.
Worst case, get to kick the side of a ball. And
that might be my favorite club walking marketing ever. That's my favorite slogan.
I don't
I've
think
seen
that was
put out.
original. They took that from.
Really? You think
Yeah,
so?
because Grunt Style has a shirt that says "Life happens, whiskey helps."
Oh.
So.
Well, but who had kickball helps though?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to apply it to kick
Exactly.
dodgeball or softball.
But
or,
no, it's no, I mean, I remember when I first played 3 years ago. I was like, kickball, whatever.
Exactly, but then
some exercise.
it grows
and I got
on
hooked.
you. Yeah.
Like one season, I was hooked. So.
It grows on you. I mean,
No, and you see it too. Like that's why I love the open plays, especially the earlier ones during the season. You get people come out, like all these new people, and you see it. Like they start playing, and you're like, that one right there. He's gonna play kickball for the rest of his life. It's awesome to see that. I love that.
I can tell you several players that since I met them have gotten more interested as. So it's funny because everyone's like, "Oh, I'm not competitive. I don't want to get this, and that." A lot of players, half SKK is like that. Like they start off as just players.
And that's the thing. Like there's so many people on Monday night that are extremely good players, and their first experience was in the last couple years. They came out to an open play.
A lot. So, I guess the point I'm getting at is a lot of these newer players. They just show up and play, and they get little tidbits of information like do this, do better, do this, do better. But until you actually put in some work and actually practice some silly things, when you start making awesome plays and making those catches and getting that perfect bunt down or getting on base, like you start having more fun. You can talk to a good person to talk to, that was like Janae. Janae, we worked on her catching, and she's a beast now. She's an absolute beast. I would draft her any day of the week. Any pop-up to Janae, done. Forget it. Unless she's not looking that way.
Or it's sand kickball.
I wasn't at sand kickball, so I can't.
Yes, Janae, I just called you out about sand kickball.
But even Christine.
Is she watching? She's watching? No, she's not.
Even Christine that was just here.
Also true.
We at an SKK practice, and I'm not going to say what happened at SKK practice because what happens at SKK stays SKK. But
apparently not, because I know exactly what happened.
Well, you heard what happened. I didn't show you the video. Anyway.
They pretty much tied her up to a chain link fence.
We didn't tie her up.
That's a better
We just
story,
said,
though.
we're not going home until you catch 5 of these balls in a row. I'm not going to say how many people were throwing balls at her, but she did, and she's a better player for it. Yeah. And it was all good fun.
This could be you, Mark.
Yeah.
I like my hazing in a different
Look,
form.
it's a silly baseline, but it all comes down to your team and how much fun you want to have with other people. The competitive portion becomes you having fun, and you having fun because you're starting to do well. I mean, we do little BS practices on Sunday afternoons usually, but you get like 2-3 teams out there, not even. You practice whatever you want. You show people how to do things, because the thing about a kickball is that people are like, oh, it's a kickball, it's easy.
Yeah.
It does not fly like any other ball out there. I'll tell you that
true
right
statement.
now. Especially depending on how it's inflated, how you kick it.
Which way it's spinning.
Exactly. And it depends who's pitching it, and like you're assuming you're just going to kick this ball that's being rolled to you. Well,
No,
talk to
one
people
of the-
like Troy about that. Talk to people like Jeff Campbell about
That's
that.
the biggest thing for an outfielder. Like
Any pitcher
an
will tell you that.
outfielder, like making the step from like okay to above average, being able to read the spin on the ball. Is it spinning end like over the top where it's going to travel further, or is it spinning backwards where it's going to drop on you? I mean, being able to read the ball is once you figure out how to do it, though, always in the right spot.
Right. Well, look how much fun, like, even, even the competitive teams, or the competitive people, we bust each other's balls all the time, but it's all good fun. Nobody's actually mad at each other.
No, and that's the thing. You play kickball long enough, even if you're great,
just kickball.
you're going to make a mistake.
It's just kickball.
You're going to
yes.
make a mistake. The mistake's going to happen. Like, you're going to get a jump on a ball in the outfield, like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And it's happened. It's happened to me.
Outfielding, and the funny thing I found about outfielding is while typically it's beginner position, nowadays
It is not. It is the worst place to put a beginner now.
it is the most
is.
unforgiving position.
Because,
there
like,
is.
oh, that beginner just made a mistake. Oh, there's a home run.
But it's not, so like before the inner triangle was scrutinized and
Yep.
everyone's really critical. Like, oh, you should have done X, Y, and Z, and but there's so much going on there. That's where experience comes in. Outfield's like, all you have to do is catch the ball, right? But if you miss that ball, how you recover it, and the amount of time it takes you, you've got runners around the bases. You miss that one little ball, and it's just so unforgiving. And it's like, I think Dewey and I were talking about how outfield is the most unforgiving position out there, realistically.
So I'm gonna throw a prediction out there.
Yeah.
Again, this is based off. I saw some open plays. I think Danger Zone's gonna have at least 2 of the top rookies in the league this season.
Ooh.
At least 2.
I think I see the 2 you're talking about. That's where. You're talking about these 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Possibly
Based on-
3 if one of your
based-
picks pans out, but I don't know.
Based on
I haven't seen enough evidence there yet.
based on mild Facebook stalking, I would agree with you.
But That's what I love about that, though. You never know. There's so many new people. You never know.
It's true. We'll see.
Anyway, do we have anything else to cover?
I see a lot of names on here that could do a lot of things, though. So it really depends on those people, in my opinion. Because he's coming out, he's old school. He's coming out.
That is true. He's got a lot of experience coming out of retirement. Well, I think it's about time to sign off. We're over an hour.
Any questions from you guys? All right. Good.
I'm so disappointed. No one watching gave their preseason predictions.
We should probably throw it out a little earlier next time.
It's been like half an hour. Anyway, everybody have a good night. See
All right,
you
guys.
tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Teach us all.